Hey, I'm Laura Ferry, and welcome to the My Inner Struggle podcast. I have no idea what day it is. We are on Christmas break, and I have a house full of children, and my aunt is here visiting, and it is a little chaotic trying to balance all the things and get through this break and everything that it brings. It's been a minute. I haven't actually done a podcast in a few weeks, and I'm okay with that. I needed to slow down. I've been doing too much, and I know that I've mentioned that before. And I'm rearranging all of the things that I'm doing and trying to make space. So here we are. It's the new year, and I'm not really all about that new year, new me bullshit. I believe that you can start over any day that you want to. It doesn't really matter. However, as far as business goes, I definitely have some business goals that I want to tackle in 2025, and personal goals for myself as well. I just don't believe that you need to change the calendar to do that. That being said, I continue on my healing journey, and the healing, it's not just it's not just about healing, it's about freedom. It's about being free from those past thoughts, those limiting beliefs, and everything that goes along with it. We have this opportunity every day. We have 365 of them every single year to start fresh, to reset, refocus, and begin again. So even if you fuck up in the first week of your new year, new you goals, reset, refocus, and start again. It doesn't really matter. I've been concentrating a lot lately about dialing back and setting some healthy boundaries for myself, both personally and professionally. And it's been an interesting journey, that's for sure. And now being when you're someone that's taken the space for yourself, and you sort of lack of anything better to say, re-enter into that same situation, it's different. You don't want to repeat the same mistakes. You don't want to, you want to just do it different. So no matter what it is, do it different. And setting healthy boundaries for myself has been something that I've struggled with for a long time, coming from my past, my childhood, and all that goes along with it. And I just finished my book. The book launch is coming up on February 7th, and I'm super, super excited and really fucking nervous too, to be quite frank. I thought that finishing this book would bring me some more balance maybe into my life, but it's been an interesting thing to navigate. I feel really good about getting it out. It feels really empowering to myself that I was able to share this journey, and everyone that's read it so far, that have given me some feedback on it, have just said just that. You know, it's a brave topics to talk about, and it feels good. It brings closure to a lot of things for me, and but it doesn't stop there. The journey doesn't end there. We have to keep growing and learning. And I started a really, really great book today, Mel Robbins' latest book called Let Them. And holy fuck, was that empowering. I can't wait to get back into it tomorrow. So I had that just sort of ruminating through my head all day today while I was working on stuff. And it just ties everything all together. You know, we are a culmination of all the things that we listen to, that we read, that we expose ourselves to, the shit that we listen to or watch on social media, the videos, the people that we hang out with, the 5 people that we surround ourselves with. We are a culmination of all of those things combined. And so the more positive, insightful things that you expose yourself to, the more positive and insightful you become. So it really, you are what you consume. So hopefully it's good stuff. But on the way tonight, I was taking my youngest daughter to an appointment, and I usually let her play DJ in the car. So I'll hand her my phone and turn on Spotify. And, she definitely loves Taylor Swift and a few others. And she turned on this song by Miley Cyrus that I hadn't heard in a really long time. And it's called The Climb. And I'm listening to it and I was like, oh, I love this song. And so I was showing her how she can look at the lyrics or whatever. So I turned it up and we're both singing at the top of our lungs to this. And I couldn't help but kind of get a little emotional about it. There is always an uphill battle, no matter what. And we navigate through these things. And I was speaking, with a therapist earlier, and how like you get through this one thing and then there's another thing, right? Or we have to accommodate to the people who are around us, and it's so difficult sometimes. We get through one thing and then there's something else, and not like in a negative way necessarily, but we're constantly being challenged and proving how strong we are, because it's always an uphill battle. You're never just coasting, really, I guess. And I remember I had that discussion with Ben from Benny's Bodega on the podcast that we did earlier this year. And there's just always something that every day there's something that's happening or that we have to troubleshoot or address. And so we're constantly in that critical thinking stage, or letting go and seeing what'll happen, letting go of control. There are so many things. It was really interesting to listen to, and it just made me feel really grateful for where I am and the work that I've done, because I'm here now and I can tackle these issues so much better than I could a decade ago, 5 years ago, a year ago, even. And again, healing is not just healing and moving forward. It's freedom. It's freedom from those thoughts, those negative things, those negative thoughts that we have about ourselves or about our situation or anything like that. And so that's really been interesting. Setting healthy boundaries, thinking about that. Healthy boundaries around so many things, about relationships, obviously, money, um, work-life balance, things like that. That's an ever-changing thing. I found myself so caught up in all of the things, and I'm only one person, and I was trying to figure out what can I let go of or delegate or put on the back burner for now. And getting this book done was like a huge like leap to the end. And at the same time, I was tackling some things like at home too, um, logistically, or, I am, a single mom with three kids. So there's a lot of balance that goes into that, and mom guilt and what to let go of and what not to, and balancing your own dreams and aspirations versus, time, and I was not getting enough time to work on myself, to be with my kids, spending just time together. And so I took a step back and I had to prioritize and let some things go a little bit. And it doesn't mean that they're going to disappear for good or anything like that. Just refocusing and figuring out what's working, what's not, and where I can really prioritize myself. And so with these healthy boundaries that are coming now, new morning routines, new bedtime routines, getting back on track. My biggest goal is my health in 2025. And with the Self Love Club, we're kind of collectively supporting each other for accountability and everything else. And I'm really excited to have these women by my side. We had our weekly group coaching call the other night, and it's just so cool because we're collaborating and supporting each other, and it feels really good. And the people that show up every week are the ones that see results. Duh, we know that, we can sign up for a gym membership, and if we don't set foot in the door, it's not going to change anything. We're just paying our gym membership. But the same goes through the self-love club. You can be paying for your membership each month, and not participate, and you're not getting anything out of it. You get out what you put into anything, what you get out. I messed that up. That's okay. It doesn't matter. It's been a long day already. But effort is the biggest indicator of interest. If you sign up for something that you're not ready for, you either need to push yourself to be ready, or you need to take a step back and tackle it when you are ready. And that goes for anything from therapy to gym memberships to college classes to anything. And so sometimes we need to kick our own butts and get moving, and sometimes we need to step back and say, okay, you know what, I'm not ready for that yet, but I will be soon. So think about all of the things that you want to accomplish. Sometimes it's easier to think about your goals once you have like a vision in place. And so when I was talking to the self-love club the other night, I said, and even when I was coaching in business, I would say, like, where do you want to be in like 5 years? Think about this big thing that you want to achieve, or the place that you want to be, no matter what your age or anything like that. And then dial it back, take it steps back and make it into smaller bite-sized chunks that you can accomplish month by month or year by year or whatever. So I asked them to think about where they want to be 1 year from now. Where do you want to be 1 year from now? Do you want to be living in the same space? Who do you want around you? Do you want to be getting up and going to an office for work? Do you want to be working remotely? All of those things. Think about all of those things and just start making yourself a list. Make a list of what you want your life to look like 1 year from now. And then slowly start thinking about the goals that you can associate with each of those things on your list. And this is like one of my favorite activities to do with people. Once they have that list going, okay, now let's think about this item and drill that down. So if you have some, I'd love to hear from you. Shoot me an email at info@lauraferry.com or send me a message on social. I love helping people realize their dreams or get towards them or grow towards them or just start checking things off of a list. It's so empowering, and I love helping people, and I want to help you. So if you have a list going, or if you need help getting your list started, shoot me a message. So think about those things that you want to accomplish in the new year. And I heard something today. So a little bit about going into that and about getting your goals together for the new year, the new you, whatever, insert whatever, the new Monday, whatever, it doesn't matter. What do you need in your life right now to get you to where you want to go? What is it? Is it money? Is it a partner? Is it a new car? Is it like, what is it? What is it that you need in your life right now to get you closer to where you want to be? And then what boundary do I need to set that will lead me to what I need? What boundary do you need for yourself? Do you need to stop putting others first? And I know people are like, well, how do we want to do things in service, but we don't need to sacrifice ourselves either. So we want to help others, but we want to set healthy boundaries, because we can't help anybody else productively without boundaries for ourselves. I have clients that will call or text all hours, and I could respond at all hours, but I can't respond at all hours. If I don't set boundaries for myself as to when and how long I can talk to people between sessions or what have you, that's not a healthy relationship on either end. They need boundaries in order to grow themselves. And I need a boundary so that I can be of service and be available and able to help when I'm working or when I have that time. And the last question that you can ask yourself is, why do I need to stick to that boundary, which I just answered? Because it's a healthy boundary. If you had access to a therapist 24 hours a day, that wouldn't be necessarily a good thing, if in a normal situation, right? You don't want to have to rely on someone else to get where you need to go. The point of coaching and therapy is to give you the tools so that you can succeed on your own. So it's a valuable tool. A boundary is a very, very valuable tool. Another boundary that you can set for yourself, or another way to think about it, is you tell people how to treat you by what we continually accept. So if we continually accept um, the relationship where you're always the one helping and they never are helping you, you're just affirming that relationship the way it is. So if you're in a friendship or a partnership or anything like that, where you are always giving and you're always there for that person and they're not there for you, you have to set a boundary for yourself. And um, that was like the last of what I did in this last year. And that was the hardest part, was setting a boundary for myself with a few different people that um, I didn't, nothing was reciprocated in that relationship, in those particular relationships. And so setting those boundaries felt awful, quite frankly. Being someone that's always loved to help people and be there, it was really difficult to stick to that and not feel like an asshole, quite frankly. And it took a little while, I will say. But I took that energy and I poured it into myself and created some really beautiful routines for myself. And I can't wait to share those with you. I'm going to be diving deeper into a lot more things that I have exposed myself to in the last 6 months and that have fueled my own personal growth beyond what I ever could have imagined. Um, and I'm really excited to be able to share that with you in 2025. I'm going to get my shit together, I swear. There's this funny meme that I had seen, and I know that I've shared it with friends before, especially Jen, if Jen's listening. Um, Something about a mom being like, I'm going to, like paint my kitchen, organize my kids' rooms, have all the laundry done, um, and whatever, and start my new diet and lose 20 pounds by Thursday and have my life together, or whatever it was. It was just some unrealistic list that we put on ourselves, and have it all together. But you know what? I'm probably not going to have it all together, and I'm okay with that, quite frankly. I am okay with that. I I'm really grateful for 2024 and all that has transpired. It started off in much, much heartbreak, I will fully admit, and it ended beautifully. And I can't wait to see what happens in 2025 and beyond. I can't wait for you to read my book. I can't wait to connect with other women and grow together. I am just so fucking grateful for where I am and where I came from. And I I can't even imagine it going any differently. It feels amazing. I am in such a good place. I'm in the best place I think I've ever been in my whole life. Nothing's perfect, trust me. There are things that I do want to work on and change and grow into, and but I am the happiest I've ever been in my whole life, and it feels good, and I've been able to settle into it. Because as we say, and I shared this on Instagram the other day, I think, and a few of my self-love club members I know commented on it. We don't heal to get through the trauma or the pain. We know what that feels like. The hard part is feeling normal in the good, is feeling normal in being happy. And when you first start doing things for yourself, it can feel kind of weird. that it feels good and you're like, because we've spent our whole lives in survival mode trying to get through the pain of what happened or whatever events or anything like that. And the feeling good is the hard part. But just stay in it. I promise. It feels good. So thank you so much for being here, for watching, for liking and subscribing, for following me on social media on Facebook and Instagram, and for being a member of the Self Love Club. You should check it out. It is an amazing community for women to build confidence through connection and community. And we have lots of great events coming up in Sussex County if you're local, and my book launch coming up in February. So be sure to check out for those things and please join us. We would love to meet you. We're kind of all in the same boat. Everybody that joins is like, gosh, like I wish I had friends. I need friends. I need connection. And we're here. We're waiting for you. So please come join us. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to 2025 and being with all of you and providing you with good information and support. And I'm thinking of you and I'm sending you love, and I will see you soon.